there. It's interesting today because there's so many people that have so many different opinions about religion today. They have included Christianity within all of the different religiosities of the world. And so many people compare the Bible to be as any other religious book in the world, but it's not. And we need to understand that if we are not thoroughly informed, then we are not thoroughly equipped. And if we are not thoroughly equipped, then we really do not have a position to make opinions or statements in regarding to God or the Word of God. Because the Bible is like no other book. Unlike the Quran that was written by Muhammad, the Bible was not written by man. Unlike the Kabbalah or any other forms of religion in which their author is directly associated to a human being, the Bible was written by God Himself. It is His word about Him and His desire for His relationship with us. And in order for us to thoroughly comprehend it, we must have studies that are like this, that we can have an intimate relationship with God. Jesus said it this way: you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. He did not say that you would generate your own opinions and your own ideas about the Bible, and your own opinions will make you free. That's not going to happen. What's going to make us free is the truth. And this is why we need to have a comprehension, understanding of the Word of God. In our chart we see at the very top, it says the Old Testament. What is it? Well, let's first consider the fact that the Bible is comprised primarily of two covenants. Now, there's numerous covenants throughout the scriptures, and we'll get through that during the course of this series. But primarily, there are two testaments or covenants. The word testament means covenant. And so you have the Old Testament and you have the New Testament. When you hear the term old or new, it's not defining the date of the book, because of course the New Testament rather, the last book was written in AD 100, so it's nearly 2,000 years old. It's not referencing the actual date on when the books were written. It's referencing the covenants. And a covenant is God's relationship with mankind. It is an agreement between two parties that come together, and they merge together in agreement, in which each party of the covenant brings forth their commitment, as well as their assets, their authority, and their privileges. And so the Old Testament is God's relationship with mankind before Jesus Christ. The New Testament deals with God's relationship with mankind through Jesus Christ. However, the entire Bible is centered on Jesus, and we're going to learn more about that during this study. Now, when you consider the Old Testament, you have to understand that there are 39 books that make up the Old Testament. The whole Bible itself, including the New, there are 66 books. Everyone say Bible. The word Bible comes from the Latin word biblios. It means books. It's a plural statement. It's referencing the 66 books. 39 in the Old, 27 in the New. An easy way to remember that there's 39 books in the Old Testament is to remember that there's 3 letters in Old and 9 letters in Testament, 39. It's a way for you to comprehend that. Now, the 39 books have been provided for us, and they are in a unique order, how God has provided them for us. They have not been compiled together in a chronological order. The first book of the Bible that was written was not the book of Genesis, but it is the first book that is presented to us in the Bible, because the book of Genesis means the book of the beginnings. And Genesis deals with the origin of man. It deals with creation. It deals with the fall. It deals with the plan of redemption. But the oldest book in the Bible that we have, the first book that was provided for us, is the book of Job. Now, let's consider here how the Old Testament is presented to us. The Old Testament is presented to us with 5 divisions. 5 divisions. These divisions have been designed to bring forth a significance in God's plan. For example, the first 5 books of the Bible is the law. Everyone say the law. Now, if you were a Jewish person would refer to the first 5 books of the Bible as the Torah. But the term Torah and law are simultaneous terms. Also, in theology, we use the term called the Pentateuch. That's a more sophisticated term. But what it's referencing is the first 5 books of the Old Testament. And in those first 5 books of the Old Testament, we begin to understand and comprehend exactly God's plan for mankind. Now, you got to be careful, because when you first begin to read the book of Genesis very early on covers the first 11 to 1200 years of mankind during what was called the antediluvian age. And we're going to really get more into that. And that deals with the time before the flood. And so there's a lot of history that is within just the first few chapters of the book of Genesis in itself. Now, when you consider this, the law, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, you finally have the book of Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy is a recapitulation of the first 4 books of the Bible. Why is that? Because when the children of Israel were getting ready to go into the promised land, God instructed Moses to provide the children of Israel a simplistic understanding or an overview of his relationship and his expectation. So when you read the book of Deuteronomy, it just goes through their history and provides a basic understanding of God's expectation for his relationship with mankind. And so the first 5 books is the law. Everyone say the law.